You've seen them on the news, you can see them on YouTube, videos of police in action taking down a suspect. Sometimes they do it legally, sometimes the video shows rights being violated.
Okay, I think we're good to go now. You want to turn yours on? Yes, sir. Okay. This is Lieutenant Scott Votino. I'm here with Michael and you are Deborah. Deborah, can you spell that for me? Okay, we're here to talk about your complaint, Michael, from March 23rd at your house at 25 West Willow. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just make sure. How do you spell your name, Mike?
M-I-C-H-A-E-L.
E-T-E or A?
E-T-E.
Okay, you currently live at 5 West Willow?
Just changed addresses to
Gordon
Vernon, yeah.
Golden or Gordon? G-O-R-D-O-N?
Gordon
Vernon.
Yeah, I just moved there like 2 days ago, so.
Okay.
Getting used to the address.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and just briefly tell me what happened?
Okay, on that particular day, I was inside the living room, and I seen, which was my friend's father, outside the house. And then I started walking towards the kitchen to get up to go get, a drink. And I started walking toward the kitchen, and where their wall is, I turned to my right, and there's a big wall right there where you can't see the door no more, and I heard a scuffle going on. So I turn, and I go out, and I, turn, and I start looking at the door, and I see, Daniel, not getting up, arguing, not fighting with the officer, but the officer's trying to, restrain him. And the door was closed, so I just started putting on my camera. And when I put on my camera, the officer, seen in the video, opens up the door, telling me to back up. I back up. He asks me to back up again. In the video, you see me back up again. Then he runs towards me, snatching my camera away from me, violating my First Amendment right. Then he grabs me, throws me outside, and shuts the door. I don't know if he went through my phone, I don't know what, but I have a feeling he went through my phone because where I left my audio recording, it wasn't the same. It violated my Fourth Amendment right, you see. And I have priors with this officer before harassing me, but this one, I'm not going to let it keep going on. I'm going to say something about it. He still rides around my house, pointing at me, laughing at me, recording me, getting out of his car just to look at me and laugh at me. And understand that, we need cops, but not crooked cops. Not like that. If police wants to patrol that area, I understand there's a lot of cops in here. They could send another cop over there. Look at the area. Why do they have to send the same cop over and over, especially with the one I have an incident with? I feel like my life's been threatened. You know what I mean? I feel like that officer's going to do something one day and get away with it. And that's why I want to say something now. That's what happened.
Okay. Those videos that you mentioned, I asked you to either make a recording or email it to me. That hasn't been done?
Yeah, I have to find the video. It's in my Facebook somewhere, but I'm not, comfortable you going on my Facebook, so I'm just gonna email it to you. If you want to go on Facebook yourself, you could look it up. It's on the police department corruption page.
Okay.
And it's right there. You can see it's right there. It's right there. So, yeah.
Okay. What officer are you talking about?
D. Wells. Officer D. Wells. He's a K-9 unit.
Okay. So, let me ask you this. Who do you live with over at 20?
My mom, about half a year ago, had a heart attack. A friend of mine took me in, and that's where I've been living at since. My mom barely came back and is fine now, so I just moved back with her. That's what happened.
Who lives with you? Who lives with you? Who was living with you?
Oh, it was me, Tina, Betty, and Angelina, and Joseph, and Dan, and me. And that was pretty much it. Daniel Junior, Daniel Junior, yes. Please put Junior, because it is Junior. Okay.
Pardon me?
I'm telling you, you're telling me to pull out the paper about another incident with Robert Fain. We are trying to find out actually who he is right now. I went to the Sheriff's Department, DA's office.
We'll deal with that one when we're done.
Okay?
All right. Okay, so when it comes to your rights, you mentioned here you have the right to observe and report.
Yeah.
Where is that written?
What do you mean, where is that written?
I'm not aware of any right to observe and report. You mean your First Amendment right to free speech? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that's incorrect. You mean your right to free speech?
Yeah.
Okay. And then your right to freedom of press.
Meaning record and, with the officer violating my right as, me recording.
Okay, but are you the press? Do you have a press pass?
No.
You don't have one?
No.
Okay, so you just mean your right to hold up a phone.
Exactly.
Okay. But you're not the press, right? No. Okay. I want to make sure that we get that straight. And your Fourth Amendment right, you know what that one is, right? That is what? Search and seizure, right? Okay. All right. Well, you know that Officer Wells was not at that house for you, right? So this had nothing to do with you. You know that.
Yes, I know.
So then it's not harassment against you,
but
because they weren't even there for you.
Right, but
right?
For the officer to come towards me, snatching my camera away from me, I feel like he was there for me.
Well, he wasn't there for you. He was there because of Daniel Sr. Now, you know Daniel Sr. is on active parole, correct?
Right, correct.
Okay. And he stays at that house.
No, he does not.
He doesn't stay at that house?
He does not.
So was Daniel lying when he told the officers he stays at that house?
I don't know, but he does not stay there.
Okay, well, it's in the report that he told them he was staying at that house. Was he lying?
I don't know. I'm not going to speak for him.
Okay, so
I'm going to speak for myself.
Betty Sue is Daniel's mother-in-law.
Yes.
Okay. Has a child with him living there, correct?
Betty Sue, the daughter's grandmother.
Right, the grandson living at the residence.
Yes.
He was released from prison 2 weeks ago and has been living there ever since. So is she lying as well?
She was. She said that.
Okay. Okay. So, again, Daniel is on parole. He stays at that house. Okay? What that does is that opens up that home to search and seizure laws.
Even if he was only on the porch, he wasn't even on inside the house. He didn't even set foot in the house.
Yep. And I don't believe that. He's on parole. He stays there. She's saying he stays there. He's saying he stays there.
Okay.
So and let's say, if you wanted to argue that point, if the officers are told by him he's on parole, that gives them the right to search any common areas there, and they can do a clearing search to make sure nobody else is there that can cause them any danger.
Right.
Especially when, at this act, which is another reason the officers would act the way they did, which means going in there and snatching things out of your hands and making people move to certain places until everything is safe. Then once it's determined that, okay, everything's safe right now, Now we calm down. Now we go into explaining what's going on and things of that nature. But your Fourth and First Amendments
We're violated.
were not violated.
But I'm not on probation or parole. I understand that he was on probation or parole. I understand, like you said, they weren't after me, but I've had all the altercations with this officer. This officer's seen me at, you know what I mean, a couple altercations with, you know, community feeds, against, with the public, and he's seen me before, and he looked at me and told me, he's, how can I say it? He goes, oh, after all the times I let you go, oh, I got you next time. What is that supposed to mean to me? That he's after you. That's why, you know what I mean, I came here to say something, and, I feel like my rights were violated, and you're trying to say that they're not.
Right, you can feel that way, but I'm telling you that in this instance here, okay, your rights were not violated. You're in a house where there's a parolee that's in that house. That gives them the right to go in there and search the house. That gives them the right to go in there and make sure that everybody's safe. Your rights were not violated. You may not be happy about it, and I can understand that, but your rights were not violated.
So snatching the camera out of my hand.
Not a violation of your rights.
So freedom of press, that's...
Again, and I think I covered that. Do you have a...
I'm not press. I'm not
right,
press,
so then
but,
you can't...
freedom to record.
There's no freedom to record. There's no freedom to observe and report. That's from a movie.
Okay.
You got to know what you're complaining about. You're upset about it, I get it. Right, I understand that. You don't like him. I get that too. But you're in a house, there's a parolee there, and these officers come in there and do their job. You may not like it, but your rights were not violated.
Can I say again, this officer jumped the wall at McDonald's to get to the house? His car was not down in front of his house. He jumped the wall.
What does an officer jumping a wall have to do with your rights being violated?
How he did it, how his whole procedure is, how he did it, how he went to the back door looking inside the house and then walking to the front where he seen Daniel on the porch, and that's when he did all that. He had no right going in the house.
I just told you he did.
Okay, well...
Daniel was there. When you allow a parolee into your home,
he was inside the home.
You are opening that home to the restrictions of that person's parole. Period.
All right. Well...
Okay?
Alright. So, yeah. Are we done here, or...?
Yeah, we're done.
Good to see you, Randy.
Atlanta police actually stopped a man from taking pictures of an arrest. They took his camera phone and told him that he had no right to record them. And the police were wrong on this, right?
They were wrong, and they were wrong to the tune of $40,000 in damages, which is what they're going to have to pay that gentleman. Filming police activity. It was a public area. He had his, cell phone camera, which so many citizens, so many of us have. And the police officer really took the phone, yanked his arm.
But is there a lesson here, I guess? The question is for other police departments?
Well, certainly. I think the lesson is that police departments need to know that citizens can film their activity.
Where a photojournalist was arrested for taping police. The U.S. Justice Department reaffirmed its ruling that says he was within his First, Fourth, and 14th Amendment rights to film the incident.
We do trust our police officers to protect us from danger, and in the vast majority of cases they do. But in certain instances, they either don't know or are confused about the state of the law, where they get upset that they're being filmed either by a journalist or by a private citizen, and then take action to stop that filming.